Big Bad.
I'm a fucking machine, and I'm a fucking demon, bro.
Of course, we're very happy to welcome you to our podcast, Mr. Big Bad. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
We've done some research on you, and we know you are here today for your new project. But while we will eventually discuss that, we like to begin with some personal questions as well. Is that all right?
Shoot.
So, we've gotten a couple of fan questions as well as our own questions we'd like to ask. But first, how are you doing right now?
Not sure, really. I mean, I've been just trying to keep myself busy these days instead of just moping around over the past.
That's good. Can't be easy to avoid thinking about, but I understand the distractions of keeping yourself busy. What would you say has been keeping you busiest?
Graphics designing, sound engineering, video editing, the usual, testing video games, shit like that.
Very impressive. And have you had a break recently? Or have you been working nonstop?
You kidding me? A break from what? A break from fun?
That's very true. But there is still such a thing as getting a burnout from focusing on work, no matter if it's fun or not.
I'm good.
So, you are still young. Have you been in many relationships?
I try to avoid getting too close to people anymore because of everything that happened a couple years ago. I mean, it was a complete chaotic event involving cutting off a pedophile, a homeless failed Twitch streamer, an underage scammer, a fucking mentally disabled clingy girl, psychotic overweight married black bitch who was like obsessed with me and would not stop calling my phone when I was busy blowing out some bitch's back that I met off Instagram. It's a lot. It was a lot.
That's a lot. You've had a very busy and interesting love life over the years. Is it safe to assume you are single then?
Single, but definitely interested in the possibilities of someone very supportive on my team.
That's good. I'm glad you haven't given up on love. If you could, and I'll leave it up to you if you'd like to answer it or not, what would you say is your ideal partner?
Someone who's sexually confident, great listener, and trustworthy.
Great. And what about physical features? Would you say you're picky?
Not really. I mean, I just don't want no disgusting Lizzo-shaped fat bitch. Fucking nasty.
That's very honest, but fair enough, I suppose. Can I ask you a slightly personal question?
Go right ahead.
Do you struggle with body image personally, whether it's the way you look or your weight in particular?
Are you kidding me with this question? I'm in incredible shape. I fuck girls on camera. What makes you think a man can have standards when he doesn't take care of himself? That's a ridiculous thing to ask someone of my caliber.
Sorry, you're absolutely right. It is silly. I didn't word that correctly. I suppose what I was trying to ask is if you struggle with your self-esteem being reliant on your appearance,
Not at all.
and you never have? Not even when you were younger?
I mean, of course, when I was a kid, I was a bit on the skinny side, so yes, it was rough dealing with hateful little shits in school, but I managed.
I'm sorry to hear that you were bullied. I suppose I'm just asking all these personal questions because I'm curious about your mindset. You can absolutely be blunt if you'd like. But do you have any regrets in life so far?
Let me think. Yeah, sure. Trying to help the wrong people, definitely.
You said it was trying to help the wrong people. Did you feel like you wasted your time trying to help them, or was it more than that? Did they hurt you in some way?
First of all, no one is capable of hurting me because I never expect much from anyone. And to answer your question, I have wasted my time with trying to help the wrong people who had nothing going for them and lacked a lot more than my skills in digital arts, networking, and streaming industry and online promoting.
You said you can't be hurt because you never expect much from people. So, do you go into relationships with the expectation that they will not work out?
Not exactly. It's more like the saying goes, prepared for the worst while hoping for the best.
Understandable. That is a good mindset to have. And when you are with someone, how are you usually? Are you closed off or open? Or do you change depending on your partner?
I soften up depending on the partner.
Now, I'm going to ask some questions that might stray a bit more into personal territory, and I'll give you the option to say if you don't want to answer, or you can skip the question entirely, okay?
Sure.
First one, and I'm going to try and ask this as professionally as possible, as I recognize that it could be a delicate topic. But have you gone to therapy? Or have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health disorders?
Yes and no. I've actually put together a video of me in a therapy session because I thought it would be hilarious content for my YouTube channel. And to answer the other question, no. Last time I checked, my brain was fully capable and functional, so no.
If you don't mind me asking, what caused you to go to therapy in the first place?
Well, it was set up for comical content for my YouTube channel. It's not like I was in dire need of therapy or anything like that. It was simply for a funny video.
And the person you were speaking to, I'm assuming they knew it was for video purposes and not a serious session.
Oh no, it was not a person. It was more of an AI generated thing.
Are you saying you spoke to an AI instead of a therapist?
Yes, a therapist AI.
You said it was for a comedic effect, so were you planning to use that session for a video? For what purpose?
For comedy and clarity. Because it combs through the events that I mentioned earlier about those crazy people I had to put out.
I can understand wanting to do it for comedy, but do you not think that uploading a therapy session to YouTube will be considered offensive by people who may need or seek that kind of help?
Not at all. Because this is how I deal with my own situation. And those people who get upset for something like this clearly are sad losers who wake up every day looking for something to be upset about.
Would you not think that those who find it offensive have a valid reason for feeling that way? However, would you not think that maybe it could upset or offend those struggling with mental health problems?
I think that the kind of people that look for anything to be upset about online are definitely struggling with some mental health problems and should seek some help right away since they do not have anything more important to do in their lives.
So, if a person has mental health issues and sees this, you would have no sympathy for them and you would consider them sad losers?
Why should I feel sad for someone who tunes in to listen to me comedically tell a true story to an AI therapist on my fucking YouTube channel?
So, just to clarify, you have no sympathy or respect for someone who struggles with mental health issues and may feel worse about themselves from seeing a session uploaded to YouTube by you?
First of all, I don't have any opinion about someone who struggles with mental health issues. My opinion is about people who have nothing interesting in their life, so they actively go online to find stuff to be upset about, as if something is wrong with their brain.
But why do you assume that people will be offended and upset purely for the sake of it? Why do you think people would not be genuinely hurt or affected by it?
Why would they be hurt by it?
If someone were to accidentally come across this video where you are sitting in a therapy session and making it a mockery for comedic content, do you not think it could possibly trigger and upset them?
This is not a mockery. I mean, it's a scene like in a movie. What makes it so comical is that I'm in the scene cursing and sounding aggressively carelessly, saying things about the people that I cut off. The therapist is just there to ask me questions to help me get it all out on video. It's not making fun of people with mental disabilities. Well, maybe it could be making fun of people with disabilities, but not the ones that you're talking about, unless they are pedophiles.
Are you not worried that people may be upset that you are using that safe environment as a joke source for your YouTube channel?
My situation is not a joke. It happened. This is my way of telling the story.
I understand that you went through that and I'm not trying to invalidate it. But do you not think people may struggle to take it seriously when you have filmed it for comedic value?
It's a lot more than just comedic value. It's more of a PSA for how fucked up people can be towards an honest person who always does what he thinks is right.
So you would say the whole PSA is your main takeaway for the video rather than it purely being for entertainment? You want your audience to be aware of the situations you went through?
Not just that, but to be more aware that it can happen to anyone, especially if they have less life experience than I.
So you don't think that this video will discourage people from seeking help if they need it? You don't feel it will make therapy a negative thing?
Of course not. No.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that topic. Now, I know we touched on it earlier, but I haven't really got much out of you in terms of how you see yourself. Do you feel like you have any body image issues?
This again? Are you guys kidding? Are you guys blind? I'm a fucking fitness trainer. What's wrong with you people?
We are not questioning your body or how you look. It's more so what's going on in your mind when it comes to how you view your body. We're talking body image, how you see yourself in your mind, not how you actually look.
I don't see things any other way than what they actually are. I live in reality. I don't play pretend like some goofy LGB weirdo.
Moving on. So, in your mind, you have no body image issues or personal image issues for what you believe yourself to look like. So, just to clarify, no body dysmorphia?
I think we're done here. I can tell that you ugly little weird people are hurt and struggling with reality.
Actually, just to clarify, you know that body dysmorphia exists, right? It's not just a silly belief type of thing.
We're done here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Thank you for participating. It's been enlightening talking to you.
Sure.
One final question, just to complete this interview. Do you have anything you'd like to say to close things off?
Good luck with your mental condition.
Thank you. I appreciate your best wishes.